Hello and welcome to episode 38 of They Tried to Bury Us on FM24. I'm Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, 2 games for you away from home in League 2. We'll be facing Wycombe Wanderers and Oldham Athletic. As you can see, we come into it in really good form. Let's see if we can keep that going. And the team to face Wycombe is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team for the trip to Wycombe, and it is Herrick in goal. Back four is Fisher, Wildman Armour, Mullin and Carr. Butcher behind Bridge and Davis in midfield. Holicek on the left, Chimaziri on the right, and Wakeling up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well, my assistant thinks we need to show everyone the recent praise is justified and put on a real show. I'm not really sure what to say this time, in all honesty, so I'm going to agree with him. And let's get out there and see if we can grab a win in our first match of today's episode. So, as you can see, we are currently second in the League 2 table, and Wycombe are in the bottom two. So, it is a game that we should be looking to win. Davis to Butcher, Mullin to Wildman Armour, plays it left to Fisher, who plays it over the top, but that's all the way through to Walsh in the Wycombe goal, and he's surely going to pump this downfield. He does indeed, over the halfway line. We win the header. Holicek finds Wakeling, who's dropped deep, finds Fisher. Fisher's cross, and Jacob Wakeling gets his 4th goal of the season, and it is Wycombe Wanderers 0, Bury 1. We've played 7 minutes, we've got the lead, and that takes us to within 2 points of league leaders Tranmere Rovers as it stands. Hanlon with a throw in though, and they've worked it to Gall. Pickard's cross, and Adam Taylor has headed Wycombe level, but it's been disallowed, so it remains 1-0. And we've got away with one a little bit there, so let's make the most of that. We'll demand more, and hopefully we can grab a second goal in the first half of the match to really take the advantage. As Gall comes into the box and Herrick makes the save. So Gall with a corner, and we've struggled with outswinging corners all season. And this one is headed away, and the follow-up is off target and the highlight comes to an end. But they've got another outswinging corner. Lawson's deep one, header away by Butcher. Shanks hits it off Bridge, who picks up the loose ball, plays it forward for Wakeling. Wakeling needs help, plays it back to Carr, into Butcher, to Mullin, who holds on to it, feeds Davis, Mullin again, square to Wildman Armour, turns, plays it back to Mullin. We're stuck in our own half at the moment. Wildman Armour again, up to halfway, and Fisher, who breaks forward down the left, feeds Holicek into Bridge. Fisher, deep cross, and the header from Chimaziri is over the crossbar. Highlight comes to an end. Half an hour in, still just the 1 goal in it. Gall with another outswinger. He's pulled it back to the edge of the area. Carr whacks it clear. Gall beaten in the air. Davis flicks it on, but Barn is there to collect it. Pickard for Wycombe to Eagle. Farino out to Cochrane, and Shanks plays it back to the goalkeeper Walsh. Walsh looking for options, turns, plays a deep one, but Carr's lost it. And Hanlon picks it up, turns, plays it backwards to Gall. Gall cuts inside, the shot's deflected, and Brandon Hanlon is there to mop up the rebound. It's 1-1, and we've got it all to do. Wycombe deserve their equaliser. Let's demand more. And now Cochrane with a throw for Wycombe. Lawson to Cochrane. Eagle to Gall. He's hit the post. It's cleared away, but only as to Shanks, and Herrick grabs the cross out of the air. Highlight comes to an end. I want half time as soon as possible, but Carr now with the throw in on the right for Berry. Into Chimaziri, his cross, and Holicek's header is over the top. And the highlight comes to an end. Final 5 minutes of the half. Walsh with the goal kick. We win the header, but Barn picks up the loose ball. Goal to Harlan. Lawson through for Taylor, but he's lost out. Chimaziri flicks his header on, but there's nobody there to pick it up. Pickard to Barn onto Eagle. Back to Farino. Lawson to Shanks. Shanks crosses, and the shot is absolutely skied by Taylor, and the highlight comes to an end. That should do it for the first half, but in fact there's one more highlight, and it is a Berry highlight. Can we get a second goal? Chimaziri shoots, but he was offside anyway. And now Walsh with the free kick over the halfway line. It's headed down. Wakeling turns Eagle and finds Chimaziri. Wakeling again. Back to Carr. Mullin. Back to Wildman Armour. To Butcher. Back to Wildman Armour. Square to Mullin. Mullin goes forward, finds Davis. Out to Carr on the right, finds Chimaziri. Into the box, cuts inside. Fires it in off the post with his left foot. And it is Wycombe Wanderers 1, Bury 2, just before half time. And that is indeed the half time score. Into the dressing room. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Keep it up. But Holicek is going to come off at half time. I'd always planned to bring the Mai on at half time, so we'll do that. And I'm also going to take Tony Fisher off as well and bring on Meerholtz. I'm going to try Mullin there and see if he's any better. So it's 2 and 3 that way round, 2 and 2.5 that way round, so we will swap them. And I'll put Meerholtz as the left-sided centre-back. And I think that will do for now. So into the second half. Let's demand more. See if we can get a third goal to make it a little more comfortable. Mullin with the throw-in. Finds Namai. Mullin to Butcher. Butcher with the shot. And it's just over the crossbar. And for those of you wondering, yes, Matt Butcher is a new signing since the last episode. He is making his debut. I didn't feel the need to introduce him because he is a well-known professional in the lower leagues, having played for Plymouth Argyle amongst others. And I think Wycombe Wanderers in real life as well, if I'm not mistaken. As we get to 65 minutes, I'm going to take Davis off and bring on Aguiman. And I'm going to move Wakeling to the right wing after this highlight. Davis plays it forward to Chimaziri, who dinks it over the goalkeeper, makes it 3-1. And now I am going to make the change. So we're going to make one more, which is going to be Wakeling onto the right wing, Chimaziri off, and Kyle Wootton on. And we'll confirm that. Now, Butcher to Mullin. into Namai, and Bridge shoots, and AJ Bridge gets his second goal of the season. It's Wycombe Wanderers 1, it's Bury 4. The 3 points are going our way. Yes, I want to confirm that change. And now we have one more change available. I'm going to bring on Kukuri, and I am going to put Meerholtz to left back. I know it's not ideal, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we're going to see out a 4-1 win, hopefully, as it stands. And it's a totally deserved victory. Maybe 4-1 slightly flatters, but in all honesty, who cares? Wakeling now plays it through for Namai into the box. Namai shoots. Walsh with the save. And we're looking for more here. Bridge with the corner. Left-footed in-swinger into the box. Header away. And Butcher beaten to it. Pickard launches it forward. Meerholtz should and does get there first. Highlight comes to an end. We're into 6 minutes of added time, but shouldn't pose any problems whatsoever. And there is the full-time whistle. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Bury 4. I'll be back with the second match of today's episode in just a moment. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and a trip to Oldham. And the team for this one, Herrick in goal, back four, Fisher, Wildman Armour, Meerholtz and Carr. McMahon Brown behind Bridge and Davis in midfield. Holicek on the left, Chimaziri on the right and Wakeling up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is again suggesting we need to show everyone the recent praise is justified. I'm not going to say the same thing twice. So we're going to go with something else. And I think I'm going to say we're on a good run, keep it going. And let's go. So as always, first 10 minutes, we will see how it goes, react accordingly. Oldham in 12th place in the league. So we should just about be favourites to win this. Herrick with a goal kick, short to Wildman Armour. Finds Meerholtz into Davis. Runs to McMahon Brown. Finds Holicek. He's lost the ball. Lofthouse brings it forward for Oldham. Finds Wilson. Wilson's cross. Headed up rather than out. And Hammond's volley is off target, thankfully. So I'm going to demand more already, even though it's less than 10 minutes. And now Conlon with the Oldham corner. It's a low one into the area. Header away, Hammond. And that's allowed to run. Wakeling gets rid of it, but he should have been upfield. So there's nobody there to gather possession. Oldham come forward again. Wakeling and now McMahon Brown over the top. Again, there's nobody there. Faulkner to Donnelly. Back to his goalkeeper, Gregory. Faulkner to Conlon. Finds Wilson. And Wilson outside to Lofthouse. Crossed in. It's allowed to run. And Sam Cosgrove, former Plymouth Argyle striker, Sam Cosgrove, finds the back of the net. And it is Oldham Athletic 1, Bury 0. So not the opening we were looking for. We'll demand more. Now Hobson chooses to play it back to Donnelly. Fenty to Hobson. Chooses Conlon this time. Crossed in. Meerholtz. And yes, I am going to do the Hobson's choice joke many times. Hobson chooses the pumped ball this time and gives it away. But they've won it back. Fenty loses out to Bridge, who finds Chimaziri. Meerholtz finds Chimaziri. Forward to Carr. Into Davis. And now Wakeling finds the back of the net. And it is Oldham Athletic 1, Bury 1. We've got the equaliser. 13 minutes gone. Now, can we build on it? Behind for only 3 minutes, but Oldham will feel that they deserve to be ahead. So we need to make sure that we get the next one. But Conlon's corner is headed away. Conlon gets the loose ball, plays it square to Donnelly. Back to Wilson, who pumps it into the box. Herrick claims. And Herrick holds on to it for far longer than he should do. Bowls it out to Wildman Armour. Forward to Holicek, finds Fisher. Fisher plays it against Lofthouse, who pumps it forward. And Herrick collects. Bowls it out again for Wildman Armour. To Fisher into McMahon Brown. Wakeling loses the ball. Lofthouse down the right hand side for Oldham. Crosses it deep. And the header hits the crossbar. And the highlight comes to an end. Now Herrick with the goal kick to Meerholtz. Square ball finds Wildman Armour. Bridge to McMahon Brown. Wakeling, who's dropped far deeper than I want him. It's played down the right for Chimaziri, who holds it up, gives it away. And now Hobson loses out. Bridge crosses, and the shot is deflected by Faulkner. Hobson doesn't choose to do anything this time, and the highlight comes to an end. Now, Conlon with a ball forward into the area for Fenty. Fenty plays it back to Conlon. Wilson to Conlon, and it's off the bar and behind for a corner. Right, demand more needed. And we are going to have to do something a little bit different because Oldham are the better team at the moment. And that's held by Herrick. And the highlight comes to an end. So the question is, where are we letting ourselves down? The answer is Fisher at left back and Chimaziri on the right wing. In fact, both wingers aren't playing great. But Fisher at left back particularly is a problem. As Carr gives the ball away. Cosgrove. But McMahon Brown wins it back and then immediately gives it away. And Plant fires it over the top. And the highlight comes to an end. So now, Fisher definitely needs to come off. And I think Holicek, I think it's going to be both left-sided players. Wakeling shoots and scores out of nowhere. It is Oldham Athletic 1, Bury 2. So out of absolutely nowhere, we've taken the lead. That's still not going to change my mind about substituting both left-sided players at half-time. As Fisher finds Holicek, who gives it back. McMahon Brown to Holicek. Into Bridge. Crosses. And that's off the post. And Wakeling mops up the rebound. And it looks like we're going in at half-time with a 3-1 lead. It is a Jacob Wakeling hat-trick in the first half. And there is indeed the half-time whistle. So into the dressing room. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. So well done, lads. But I'm still changing both left-sided players. So Fisher for Mullin. Holicek for Namai. And I think I'm going to make that do for now. So we've got 3 more changes available. I am going to take Wakeling off so that he can have his round of applause for a hat-trick. And we'll bring Kyle Wootton on. Hammond with the throw-in. Conlon gives it back. Donnelly, that's allowed to run to Hammond. And Oliver Hammond finds the back of the net. And it's Oldham Athletic 2, Bury 3. Game on. Unfortunately. And now the question is, what further changes are needed? Meerholtz, I think, is going to be next to come off for Kakuri. And now, Conlon with a corner. Wootton heads clear. And that's a penalty. McMahon Brown with the foul. And it's a yellow card. Sam Cosgrove steps up with a chance to equalise. And the keeper's gone the right way, but Cosgrove finds the net anyway. It's 3-3. And now I'm going to take McMahon Brown off and bring on Matt Butcher. And we've got one more change available. No, we haven't. We're out of changes. Butcher over the free kick on 73. And he's very nearly found the corner, but it's off target and a goal kick. Now, demand more. I will absolutely take a point. It's not a terrible result away from home in League 2. Mullin with the throw into Namai. Mullin's cross. Headed away. Carr picks it up. Drives forward. Can he get the cross in? He can. And it's headed across and over the top and out of play. I am now going to go attacking. We're going to risk it. Why not? We've had a hell of a start to the season. So why not see if we can maximise that and grab another one. 4 minutes of added time. Demand more. And we're well into that now. Donnelly with a free kick. And Wildman Armour with a clearance. Straight to Donnelly. Plays it forward to Fenty. He's lost out. Chimaziri to Wootton. Davis. Plays it out to the left to Mullin. Mullin going back towards his own goal. Finds Wildman Armour. Mullin again. Square ball finds Butcher. Into Davis. And Chimaziri latches onto a loose back pass. And finds the back of the net. We lead 4-3 in added time. I'm going to drop to positive and try and hold on for the last minute or so. And there it is, full time. Oldham Athletic 3, Bury 4. I'll be back in a moment to show you the League 2 table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, let's take a look at the league table then. And as you can see, with 7 games played, we've got 6 wins, 1 draw and 19 points on the board. Just 2 adrift of league leaders, Tranmere Rovers. So let's have a look at when we're going to come back. And I am going to stick to the plan of showing you quite a few games this season. So we're just going to play to the other side of the Bristol Street Motors game, and I'm going to show you the back-to-back home games against Sutton United and Forest Green Rovers. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.